what you see here is a trimmer or a potentiometer, or in short form called as pot. And you see on the body of it there is some printed information. It has got 3 leads, as you can see in the bottom, and on the top you have a knob that can be moved in a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction to vary the resistance of this electronic component. So this component is commonly used in electronic circuit prototyping and is mounted on the breadboard or on the printed circuit board, that is PCB. Back side of this device, you don't see anything on it, but on the top what you see here is this information W103. So most possibly it is 10 kilo ohm in value, the value of this resistance, or a resistor is 10 kilo ohm. So how you do that? The 10 stays like that. After the number 3, it means you have to add 3 zeros in following the 10 as shown. So it will be 10,000 ohm, which is 10 kilo ohm. Okay, and this knob you have to turn it fully clockwise or anti-clockwise to vary the resistance in value, okay, from 0 to 10,000 ohms. So we have to see that. Okay, and in the front, this is you see that there is a name of the manufacturer, and then there is this symbol. On the left is 3 letters, the number 3. On the right, number 1, and in the middle there is this arrow, downward arrow, and in the bottom the number 2 is printed. So it means the middle pin of this potentiometer or the pot, this is the middle pin, that is 2, this is 1, and this is 3. Okay, so let us see how we actually can test it using a multimeter. We can see how the resistance varies. So we don't know currently the position of this knob, whether it is fully turned clockwise or fully turned anti-clockwise. So we just see that and assume we buy it from the market and we have placed it as it is. So to check that, we have to vary this knob to the fully clockwise direction or fully anti-clockwise direction, and to see the value of this pot varying. So how do we do that? So let us see how we can manage that. Okay, all right, so on the breadboard what I have done is I have placed this component. You see the position. Let me show you the position here. The way you can see it, you see now how this component has been placed on the breadboard. So in a clear way you can see that. Let me zoom in the proper way. Yeah, you can now see how the leads have been placed. Okay, and look, these lines, you know how to use the breadboard, so don't get confused about how you placed it. Okay, this is the right way to place your component for testing. Okay, so the leads are not shorted to each other, or they are not connected to each other. And now it's time to test the value. So we know from the information printed on the body of this component, it's a 10K in value. So we'll see how we can test it now. Okay, so how do we do that? We have to use the multimeter. Okay, so we can show now or see how we can test this component. Right here I have placed this component on the breadboard, and there is this DMM, that is digital multimeter, and you see now because I am measuring the resistance, this knob has been set to the resistance range here, all in the green in ohm, and the range that has been selected is the knob has been placed at the position marked as 20 kilo ohm, that is 20k. Why? Because I am expecting the value of this resistance is 10k, so I have to select appropriate range within which I can get the accurate value on the display here. If I select the 2k knob, that to measure the 10k value resistance, that won't be correct way to do that, and I might not get the correct reading. So I have placed it here at 20k, and now I am all set to connect the leads right over here and to see what's the value. So the resistance is between pin 1 and pin 3, and the middle pin 2 is this one, that is to vary the knob. Okay, so how do we do that? So let us see how we do that, right? Okay, so let's continue our discussion on how we are going to measure the value of this variable resistance or a potentiometer. So you can see now three wires, they are indicating three different pins. Starting from this end, this is pin 1, this is pin 2, this is pin 3, and we have set this knob to this position as said before, and now I'm gonna probe this, and we don't know the position of this knob right over here. So let us say I just bought it from the market and put it right the way it is shown, and now I connect between the pin 1 and 3, that is two red wires, and I see the value of the resistance is 9.6 kilo ohm. So it's not close to 10k, what is theoretically we stated, but this multimeter unit is also not highly precise, so it's a basic unit. So we'll say that okay, this is close to 10k, this is 9.6 something. Now let me show you what can happen if I vary this knob and whether clockwise or anti-clockwise. So let me vary this or move this. So I have moved it little bit, the fully anti-clockwise, and then I now again try to measure, and you see the same value as before. Let me firmly hold it. Yeah, 9.58, so as before. Okay, so there is no effect of moving this knob right here. Okay, so now what it means, we are measuring the resistance between pin 1 and pin 3. That's the fixed value of the resistance, always going to have that. But the center pin indicated by this blue wire is pin number 2, that is our variable knob, which is the knob here, as you can see that. So let us measure the resistance between pin 1 and pin 2. So let me connect it right here. So this is 7.39. So 10k minus 7.39 would be the resistance between pin 3 and pin 2 right over here, 2.33. So the total is 10k, between pin 1 and pin 2 7.33, and between 2 and 3 we got the value is shown. So and between 1 and 3 is the total 10k. So this is how the variation goes. So now see the difference. I now vary this. Let's say I made one full turn the clockwise, and again now I measure between pin 1 and pin 2, and now you see this is now 7.53, and between these two pins is the remaining value 10k minus the one we measured, so it's like 2.1. okay, so again let me make a full turn. Let's say I made one more turn and try to see that this is 7.75, and this is kind of the remaining value here. This is 1.97. so that's, you see that. So the resistance between pin 1 and pin 2 is increasing, and between pin 2 and pin 3 is decreasing. Let me make one more turn fully clockwise, and again I want to measure between 1 and 2. It is now increasing again 8k, right? And here of course it would be 2k theoretically, but practically 1.74. so we are continuously seeing that if we go clockwise movement, one more, excuse me, and with this clockwise movement, value here is increasing between pin 1 and 2. Now it is 8.23, and here between pin 2 and 3 the value is 1.42. so continuously happening like this. One more time, so it's fully kind of variation we are seeing. Again I made a movement between pin 1 and between pin 2, 8.53, and between pin 2 and between pin 3, 1.14. so you see that. So the conclusion here is, if I want to put this component in any electronic circuit design or module design or hardware design, I am going to place this as it's shown, whether it's on the breadboard or on the PCB, and then its 3 pins as indicated by these 3 different wires will give me the fixed resistance between 1 and 3, but I want to use this component as a variable resistor, trimmer, or a potentiometer, or in simple terms pot. Then I will always have the connection of pin 1 and 2 or pin 2 and 3, and then I have this knob which is pin number 2 that I can turn clockwise or anti-clockwise. That will give me a varied value between this pair, that is 1 and 2, or this pair 2 and 3. Okay, so we've seen that demo. So what I'm gonna do now, I am going to turn this now anti-clockwise. So you see now, let me make 2 full turns, which I did, and now I am going to, this value between pin 1 and 2 should drop from before value. It's now 8k, and obviously this is the remaining value will be between these two, 1.61. so it's kind of this. Again let me go fully anti-clockwise, maybe more turns I did, and let me see how much is the value now. Yeah, it has come down 7.63. okay, hopefully you are able to see this. Once again, this is 7.63, and remaining will be between pin 2 and 3. so how about I make more turns, because now I am varying, so as if I am actually doing it in the circuit, actual circuit. So you see now this one, it should come down, yeah, 7.1, and the remaining value would be between this pair of wires. Between this pair of wires, this is 2.5. okay, again now this is let me again do that, a drop, and then you have this, and then you have this, 6.7, and this is kind of 2.9. so you see between pin 2 and 3 is increasing now, and between pin 1 and 3 is decreasing. So you have a lot of chance to, you see, keep varying, and it's slowly increasing or decreasing between the different pair of wires. So again it should come down now. Yeah, it's just 6.1, and then between these two pair of pins 2 and 3 it is 3.58. So it's making total value is 10k. So how about I make, so when this pot is actually placed in the circuit, so you see I'm going to vary the value by continuously kind of varying the knob. Again it should now see the value is now 4.6k, 4.7, and now this pair of wire should show the increased value, which is 4.9. So total is 10k. So you see now this is the complete demonstration about how to use the potentiometer or a pot in actual electronic design or hardware. Just put this on the breadboard the way it is shown, or on the PCB you will solder it the way it is shown with the 3 pins, and then there will be a tracks on the PCB. The tracks would go somewhere, and then you have a value of resistance between pin 1 and 2, or between 2 and 3. And then once you have, let's say you have chosen this pair which is going to some which is going inside the circuit somewhere on the PCB, then you keep varying this knob right here clockwise or anti-clockwise to increase or decrease the resistance between this pair. Similarly, this is true for this pair. Keep varying this to increase the or decrease the value of resistance between this pair. And in any one pair, this pair or this pair, you can have a total value variation from 0 to 10k. To test and verify, you have a multimeter. So hope you found this module useful about basic electronic taste of how the potentiometer works, and how the trimmer works, how the pot works, how to use it in electronic design, how to identify the pins, and how to identify the resistance between the pins, and how to use this component in actual practice. And of course you also learn how to read the theoretical information printed on the body of this component. So if you found this module useful, share it with others for wider reach, and stay tuned for more engaging content like this. Till then, wish you very happy learning.